Hi, friends.
We're back.
How's it going?
It was a good spooky season.
Did you do spooktacular things?
We went to the Halloween party.
Well, yeah. Talk about that. We'll talk about
that. We for Halloween, like the actual day, we just stayed home and watched. I had him watch Elvira's Haunted Hills, and then we watched, or let me rephrase that. Somebody watched Through His Eyelids, Practical Magic. And then he got up at the end and went into the bedroom and then tried to tell me he had only been in there for 10 minutes. And I was like, bruh, you got up like at least 30 minutes ago. No, I didn't. Swore up and down.
Lame. Lame.
What else? We didn't really, I felt spookier this year than I have the past few years. But, once your Halloween party happens, it's over. Halloween's over.
Yeah. I could have given... I didn't care whether we went trick-or-treating or not, to be honest. And I honestly tried to get out of it because it was raining.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, we're not going to go. And the kids were like... Gemma was kind of okay with it, but then again, she wasn't. Maddie was A-okay, begged me to let her stay home while we went trick-or-treating. Easton was not having it.
Yeah.
But I was excited about Halloween, but I never really got in the spooky mood this year.
Yeah.
To be honest, and this is going to be crazy. I think honestly, before I say that, I think honestly it's because we had so much going on this year. Yeah. I was constantly on the go.
Yeah.
Between coaching soccer, our trip to New Orleans, all of that. And the trip leading up to the trip to New Orleans was a lot of anxiety. But the face you are giving him right now. Ziggy sitting in her lap licking himself.
And his breath stink.
But I think I'm about to say something very controversial.
Oh no.
Here it is. We're recording this November 1st, okay?
Right.
Mariah Carey is thawing as we speak.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
See, my sister said the same thing. She posted something on Facebook and was like, no, but it literally me. All the Halloween decorations are up. Halloween hasn't even happened, but I'm dying to put up my Christmas decorations.
Now, listen, I am not in a hurry to put up my Christmas tree.
No.
And we don't generally, we used to, but we haven't decorated outside for Christmas in, God, forever. Years.
Yeah. I know when y'all first moved in over there, you did.
We did.
Just y'all were super excited to
have a house.
To be able to do that.
But the Christmas tree, I get excited to put it up and then I'm ready for it to be gone in a week.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's just because it's a constant battle of making the kids leave it alone. Let me just. It's a constant battle to make Easton leave it alone.
Yeah.
And then every year except for last year, we had Juno would just walk by with that big old swishy fan tail and accidentally knock stuff off.
Yeah.
And last year she had passed away. So we didn't have to worry about that. And Loki really didn't bother it last year.
Yeah.
I expected him to pee all over the tree skirt, to be honest, but I don't think he ever did.
Right.
My biggest issue was having Easton stay out of it. But
yeah.
I don't know. By the time Christmas is over, I will take it down Christmas night or the day after.
Yeah.
It's got to go.
Yeah. Once Christmas is over, I'm sick of looking at it. And I think I've decided this year, I think last year I put my tree up a little bit early because I had a new tree, so I was excited about it. But this year, I'm not putting that shit up until December.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm not going to put my tree up until December.
Now, I might put one up at work before then.
Yeah. But I don't know. Our Halloween decorations are still up. Yeah. And like you said, though, after the party, I was just kind of okay, we're done with Halloween now.
Yeah.
But all our decorations are still up. I didn't take them down the day after. I think the plan is to maybe take them down tomorrow. I wanted to leave them up at least today because it had rained last night, so I wanted
Yeah.
everything to dry out before I start sticking it in storage bins. But I don't know. It just this year's Halloween was a little bit different, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't like decorate here. I did buy some pumpkins for the first time in years, put them on the front steps. And then I don't know. I just felt a little spookier than I have in the past few years.
It just wasn't that spooky for me this year.
That's okay.
As I'm sitting here with my Grinch ink pen that boxes. But no, the party. We can talk about that. It was a good time.
It really
Party was good.
It was I feel like it was the best time I've ever had at one of the Halloween parties.
Really? Because I felt so bad because I wasn't like.
I was having such a good time sitting around talking shit.
Were you?
Yeah.
I didn't get to hang out with you guys a whole lot, but
Okay.
it was a good time. And then you tried to be a bitch. Telling me that
that was the gummy talking.
Yeah, that's what we'll say. That's what we'll say.
That wasn't me.
I don't even want to say what you said on this podcast. That was hateful. It was absolutely hateful. Anyway.
But yeah, that's what I do. I take a gummy and then I just talk shit. That's why I like these. These gummies are so
you ate more than I've seen you eat in a long time.
Yeah. I will.
And I'm not throwing shade. Like I'm
but
not
I'm
talking
also
shit.
too, like when I get the munchies from them, and especially that's why I like being home, is because like especially if it's in a party setting, is because I'm gonna eat until I'm like sick. I'm like, ugh. Well, especially if there's so many good things that I wanted. Like I think I took the gummy and then I like ate after the fact. I waited to eat until the goulash got there.
Yeah, you were like trying to wait till a point to where you knew it would kick in at about the time that the goulash got there.
And it timed out perfect. Like there was a point where you walked by with a crock pot and I was like, is that it? And I almost like got up to meet you at the door. And then it wasn't it. I think that was the one that had chicken nuggets in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ate them all or not, but Easton had a whole plate of chicken nuggets. I walked by and I was like, boy, you ain't gonna eat all that. He goes, yes, I am.
He might have. Some days he has eating days. Some days are not eating days.
Yeah. See, that's my issue. Is like that, because that day I barely ate. Like we stopped and got like a chicken strip meal, like from Crunchy Chicken at the Circle K, and we split it. And that was all I had.
Which Circle K?
In
Jolton?
Yeah, well, in Pleasant View. Like right over the interstate. It's a Circle K now.
Yeah.
It used to be a BP.
Yeah.
But I knew I was gonna take a gummy and eat. So you're not supposed to do that. It's not healthy. Don't take my dietary advice. Don't save your meals, quote unquote. But like, I mean, and sometimes like I have to take a gummy to get hungry.
Right.
Like, because especially in the morning, if I take my medicine for my ADHD, that also suppresses my appetite. And then it'll be 2 or 3 o'clock, and I'm like, why do I feel physically ill? And it's because I haven't eaten yet.
Right. See, I don't know what that's like.
I forget.
I don't take gummies, like, ever.
Yeah.
But, like, for the past, I don't know, 2 weeks or so, I've, like, barely eaten anything for breakfast, and then I'll, like, snack on something for lunch, and then come dinner, I'll eat a decent dinner.
Yeah.
But, like, was it yesterday? I don't think I ate. I think it was yesterday. I didn't hardly eat yesterday at all until dinner time, and that was after trick-or-treating.
Mm-hmm.
I was starving. But, like, I literally I think I ate, like, crackers for lunch and breakfast.
See, that's what I've been, like, grazing for breakfast and lunch the past couple of weeks. Because, like, nothing sounds good to, like, sit down and eat as a meal. And I'm getting to the point where, like, meat is giving me the ick
Yeah.
right now. So, like, I made chicken Alfredo one night, and I, like, made the chicken and then made the pasta and put the Alfredo sauce in it. And then got mine out and then put chicken in the rest of it for him. Because I was like, that chicken, smelling it when I was cooking it. But, And it was good chicken. Like, it was fine. It was within date. It didn't smell bad. The smell of it was just not hidden. Danny said it tasted really good. So
I've been doing this thing where, like, I'll put chicken in the crock pot, just like the chicken breast tenderloins, frozen ones, in the crock pot with just enough water to cover them, and then I'll throw like a spoonful or two of that Better Than Bouillon stuff in there.
Yeah.
And then I'll let that cook, and I'll season the shit out of it because I'm white, but I'm not that white. And then I'll let that cook all day, and then when it's dinner time, I'll cook some kind of pasta. I had been using, was it penne or whatever? I had been using that, but I switched over to like the egg noodles, like the spirally ones. And then I'll cook those, and then I'll drain all that water off the chicken, and then throw the chicken back in the crock pot with some Alfredo sauce and some ranch seasoning. And some, like, actual bacon pieces, not, like, bacon bits, but, like, the bacon pieces that are, like, real bacon and not the fake shit. And then throw the noodles in there with it. And it is so good. Yeah. It is so good. The kids love it. Good. The kids love it. But, like, something about that crock pot chicken, how it just kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
And it shreds up nicely. Makes it so good. But also I made, a couple weeks ago, I made a, what is it called? Ritz chicken casserole. Where you just, like, cook some chicken, season the shit out of it, and then take, like a can of cream of chicken, and then some sour cream, like a shit ton of sour cream. Yeah. Stir that all together, shred your chicken up, put it in there, and then put it all in a casserole dish, and then crunch up some Ritz crackers and put that on top, put a little melted butter on top of that, and then bake it.
Yeah. That does sound good.
It is so good. TJ's mom gave me the recipe.
I don't make stuff like that. And, like, I mean, even, like, with the Halloween part, like, I never eat shit like that anymore. Right. So, like, because, like, that's the thing, like, we've learned, like, in our class is, like, you don't have to stop eating the things that you like, just substitute them. Because it's, like, for me, personally, I could make pasta with marinara sauce every single night. Just pasta and marinara sauce. No meat. And some garlic bread. And I'm thrilled. So, since I eat so much pasta, I've switched to protein pasta. But like, I get the Barilla brand, or however you say it, the one in the yellow box. Yeah. Because it's better. The Banza one stinks. It's got an odor, and it does not, I can't get past the odor to eat it. But I've also been eating, like, fiber pasta, which really makes me toot. A lot.
Well, yeah.
So, there's that.
There's that.
But, like, I mean, like, and sour cream, I don't eat sour cream anymore. You use Greek yogurt.
Yeah. So you could sub Greek yogurt in for that, in that recipe.
Like, that's pretty, like, what I ate for the first part of the week was, like, chips and Greek yogurt ranch dip.
Right.
But, yeah, so I really went hog wild at the party. And then definitely, and then I also started my period. And then I also wore boots to weight loss class, so I was not surprised at all when I went up. I was like, I told Danny, I was like, I'm not worried though, because next week it'll probably be beyond like what I gained, and then, which wasn't, it was 4 pounds. It wasn't very much. Right. But I was like, I'll probably lose that and then some. I was like, because I know I'm holding water weight this week. So I'm not, I try not to beat myself up on those weeks. They don't happen as much anymore. A lot of the times I have weeks where I'll stay the same. But I did be eating. And then Monday, was it Monday? No, it was Tuesday. I had him take the cupcakes over. I said, get them out of my house because I'm not eating another one of those. Get them out. They have to go.
We are calling them bougie Snicker cupcakes made by Butter and Brimstone Bakery. Look them up on Facebook, TikTok, maybe Insta.
I have no idea.
Look them up if you're local to the Middle Tennessee-ish area. My boy would love to make you some sweet treats because everything he makes is good. But these were delightful.
They were really good. And Karen enjoyed them. So
yeah, they took some to their weight loss class teacher person.
Our doctor. She was like, because Danny gives them to her. Because he was like, I have to wait. He said he had to wait for Karen because she was the only one that was going to know what he was talking about. And then she was like, thanks for the cupcakes. I'll see you in weight loss class, Daniel.
So you remember, I think it was one of our like early episodes, how we were talking about different foods and that you said you will get tamales in a can.
Oh, I love them.
Girl, so Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
Me and the kids are at Food Line, and I'm like, do we want chicken tacos or do we want to get something here to cook when we get home? And the two littles are like, we want chicken tacos. Yeah. And Maddie was like, that does not sound good to me. I don't want them. She's on a tamales kick. Like, every time we've gone to eat, I say on a tamales kick, but like we've gone to eat Mexican with the kids like once in the past. I don't know how long. But she got tamales. She loves tamales.
Love them.
So she was like, I want tamales. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to make tamales. And we're not going to sit down and eat somewhere.
Right.
And so she was like, but I really want tamales. And I was like, I don't know how to make them. And I was like, oh, wait, Brittany said you can get them in a can. Mm-hmm. I said, let me go over here and let me see if we can find them.
They're an acquired taste.
Girl, they
don't look good.
No, they look like snot. And they have the consistency of snot.
Well, they're wrapped in wax paper or parchment paper.
I take the paper off.
They're not good.
No.
The quality
of literally like,
imagine the day that I have a real tamale.
You're not going to like it.
It's going to blow my mind.
You're not going to like it because you're used to this bullshit.
I started eating that shit when I was a kid.
I gave her all but one of them.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to try this. I don't like tamales. I've gotten them one time at a Mexican restaurant and I did not like it. But I was like, I'm going to try this. It was literally like you take the meat out of Chef Boyardee ravioli.
Yeah.
Throw a little bit of Mexican flavor in there and wrap it in snot. It was awful.
And it's like gritty, too.
I was like gagging just to get it down. I was like, I can't do this.
You're making my mouth water.
It was disgusting.
Things are so good.
She loved them.
Oh, I love them.
She loved it, but she loves weird things. So there's that. But.
Granny P used to make, she would make a, what did she call it? Like a Frito, kind of like a Frito chili pie, but she would put, the bottom layer would be those tamales.
Oh.
And I ate that shit up every time.
Gross. That's disgusting. I told...
She did get to the point where she stopped using the tamales.
Did Maddie text you about them?
No.
Okay. But yeah, it was nasty. I was like, I gotta tell her about this.
Yeah.
It was so gross.
They're so good.
But
I love them nasty little things. I know they're nasty and I know they're not good for me. And I know they're not authentic. I am not even trying to claim that they are authentic. I just know that I love them shits. And you can pry a can of tamales out of my cold, dead fingers.
So, in case y'all haven't realized, this episode's going to be nothing but
there is no point to this.
No, we're just catching up.
We're just giving you our little chit chatty, however long.
We're tired.
Yeah, it's a Friday night. Now, I don't know. You may have seen it on my stories, but I got tickets for last podcast.
Yes, I did see that.
That was it's so part of that is Isaiah's Christmas. He knows about it because I told Danny, I was like, go ahead and just tell him Merry Christmas. So he's gonna get to go to a night out on the town with us.
Oh, they'll be home by 10 o'clock and in their jammies.
He'll be like, I'm so tired.
Sorry to say, says the person.
Because he's like an old man.
Says the person who was ready for bed by 8:30 on Bourbon Street. So, have we recorded since we went?
I don't think so, no. Did we?
I don't know.
I don't think so. No, because you would have brought me the shot glass.
You're right. So, quick. Well, before we get there, I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
What was your favorite costume of the night at the Halloween party?
Either Stuart and his mom.
Oh my God, that was cute. Did you hear him do the Stuart thing?
Yeah, I did.
So like Stuart from Mad TV.
Miss Frizzle.
Miss Frizzle was so cute.
Yeah. Trying to think what else there was.
You know you liked the Trump.
That one was just too much. It just was just so funny. I just will randomly start laughing about the fact that he pulled in and did that whole
grand entrance for us.
For there was like 6 of us out sitting outside.
So like I had put on the invite that the thing started at 6, not giving any thought to the fact that it was Alabama football day and that people weren't going to start getting ready until after the game was over. So 5:30 rolls around. Here comes Brittany and Danny. So we're chilling. We go sit out in the front yard waiting on everybody to get there. Well, then a car pulls in the driveway, stops, backs up, just sits in the driveway. And we're like, okay, whatever. We assume it's something to do with the neighbors. So we're not paying it any attention. Right. And the next thing we know, we hear this music. And I'm like, what is that? And this car is slowly pulling up the driveway. They done put a speaker on top of this car, blaring like, what is it, the presidential march? It's like the
presidential, yeah.
And so then you see Donald Trump sitting in the front passenger seat of the car, just waving. Like this man shaved his mustache and it was weird.
It was weird.
And he was orange.
Yeah.
And he had the hair and a hat and the suit. And it was pretty spot on. It was pretty spot on. It was pretty good. But like all of this grand entrance for literally me, my kids, I had gone and gotten my niece and nephew who were both like children. Yeah. And then Brittany and Danny. And that was it.
I'll leave my joke that I made at the party out, but
it was me, my kids, my husband, my niece and nephew, and y'all, and that was it.
That's so funny.
It was funny.
So funny.
But it was good. It was good. I wasn't prepared. I think we knew that that's what it was going to be because we saw the hat at the house.
Oh,
but like I didn't know if that was for sure what it was, and he just had that for some reason. But like.
He done shaved off his whole ass mustache.
And TJ said he hasn't seen him without any facial hair, but like once in his whole life. Yeah, he
said it maybe like once or twice.
It was so weird. Like even looking at him yesterday at trick or treating, it was weird. So weird.
It'd be like if Daniel shaved his beard off. It'd be weird.
I don't know that I could handle that.
Yeah, I don't know. He might have to like sleep somewhere else if he
do it, Daniel.
Until it like
do it, Daniel.
A little bit.
You ain't got a hair on your ass if you don't do it.
He's got a lot of hair on his ass. He's gonna be like, stop talking about me on the podcast.
Suspect has a hairy ass.
Those are so funny.
I hate them so. I like that they're funny. Yes,
they're
like,
so
there's
funny.
So many of them. Like every other freaking TikTok. Suspect.
Like my
Suspect.
favorite, I'll have to find it and send it to you, but this couple, and she does his first, and she was like, she said something about his job, and he's like, okay, come on now. And then she goes to run, but she's like in a weird, like her posture is weird, and he goes, why are you running like that? Those crack me up.
There's one couple where it's Shelby and
Dylan.
yes,
I love Shelby and Dylan.
and he said because she's pregnant. He said suspect thought she was in labor, but she really just had gas. She's like, don't put that on there. She's suspect expressed his his love for mustard, and now he's made it his whole personality.
Yeah.
He's like, that's right though, that's true. I love them.
I like there's a video of him coming in with their son, their oldest.
No kneecap having talks about how the kid doesn't have kneecaps.
He like brought the kid into their bedroom and he goes, Taylor, Shelby. And she's like, nah. And then they go on, and at the end of the video she said, say Dylan, and he does it, and he was like, come on now, I don't like that.
Oh. Anyway.
Ziggy, you have like slid down, and
He's the most comfortable person in this house right now.
yeah.
I wish I could slide down into a pocket like that. Like, he's crammed in between a pillow and a blanket, and he is the most comfortable thing I've ever seen. I wish I could get in a spot like that. I'd be so comfy.
He's probably like, I wish this bitch would get out of my chair.
Oh, so okay, let's talk about New Orleans. It was a good time. If you're here because of my trip to New Orleans, because I left a little bit of Wanderer's magic all over the place. I left stickers and QR codes everywhere. I say everywhere, it's like 4 places. Welcome, if that's what brought you here. Hope you like it. If you're not, if you
Are you
don't,
going to tell them what you were doing when you left a couple of stickers?
we're getting there. So here's how the story went. Okay? The whole point of this trip was because I'm making a trip to Vegas very soon. And I have to fly to Vegas alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't flown since I was like 18. So I'm very nervous about it because I'm like, I don't even remember what the airport looks like. I don't know how it works. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. So TJ decided that he was like, well, we'll just do something quick, something easy. That way I can go with you once. You'll know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So he booked us a trip to New Orleans. We leave on a Friday morning. Now, we go to leave the house. I grabbed a packet of, and this is relevant to the story. I grab a pack of peanut butter crackers and an energy drink. And all of our luggage.
Mm-hmm.
We go to drop the littles off at his parents'.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were going to take Maddie over to her grandfather's. So, because that was her weekend with her dad.
Mm-hmm.
And so as we're dropping off the littles, I realized that I have left my headphones. So then we're already like trying to hurry up, get to the airport to make sure we got enough time, blah, blah, blah. We didn't know how it was going to go. So we go to drop Maddie off, and I'm like, do we have time to run to Walmart so I can get some headphones?
Yeah.
So we go. We get my headphones. We head to the airport. Now, I remind you that at this point I've had peanut butter crackers and part of an energy drink.
Right.
We get into the airport, and TSA took us all of at the very most, and I am being very generous here, at the very most 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I guarantee it only took us like 5. We were in like through TSA in no time.
Yeah.
So we get through, and I'm like, I'm amazed at all the stuff that's in an airport, because I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, there's all these restaurants and stores and all this. Well, I'm like,
yeah. It's just everything costs more.
yeah. I'm like in awe looking at these Voodoo Donuts that are in there.
Ooh, Voodoo Donuts are so good.
They have a whole Voodoo Donuts in there.
Oh, so good.
We didn't get anything there. But then TJ decided that he's hungry. So we went over to the Chick-fil-A and got spicy chicken biscuits, okay?
Yeah.
Sit down, eat this, and then we start walking toward our gate. But, he's showing me around and all this because we had plenty of time to kill. Mm-hmm. We ended up sitting there at our gate for probably 30, 45 minutes before it was even time for us to board. And so we finally get on the plane. I'm nervous. And I'm sitting in the middle. So it's him at the window, me, and then this lady sits down. And I had downloaded the first season of Grimm.
Yeah.
So that I could have something to distract me. Well, this whole time I'm feeling like I'm like questioning whether or not I got vertigo, because I'm like, I'm dizzy. I feel weird. Like, I'm trying not to throw up. It just feels funky. Because I can't ride roller coasters.
Yeah.
Because it messes with my head and my stomach. But, like, it was just weird. I'm in a panic. Finally, I would say, because it's only like an hour flight, I'd say like the last 15 minutes of the flight, I finally have kind of relaxed a little bit. I never did watch Grimm. Like, it was playing. And I had one earbud in.
Yeah.
But I wasn't paying any bit of attention to it, really. Like, I caught very little of it.
Yeah.
And so I finally look over, and the lady sitting next to me has like this beautiful ring on. And so I like commented on it. I was like, oh, I really like that ring. It's pretty. She's like, thanks. It was my mom's. She's like, it's a little big for me. And then she flipped her finger over and she had like a spacer or something on it to make it fit. She's like, I just haven't had time to get it fixed or whatever. And I'm like, well, it's beautiful. And she's like, well, thank you. And that's literally the whole conversation that we had. That was it.
Yeah.
Which, you know me, a lot of times I can be a very social butterfly.
Right.
So the fact that I didn't speak to anybody, I barely even spoke to TJ, and he kept like, look out this window at this. And I'm like, no, thank you. I'd look out it for a second, and I'm like, no, thank you. So we landing, terrifying.
Yeah.
Because like you don't realize how fast you're going. You're going like 600 and something mile an hour in the air. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't realize how fast you're going until you hit the ground and you feel those wheels touch down, and then you're like, you feel them like hitting the brakes.
Yeah. And
you're like, we're not going to stop. We're not going to slow down by the time we get to the end of this runway. Like, this is going to be bad. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
So we get to New Orleans. We get out in the airport. I immediately have to go pee. We go to the bathroom, and I'm like, this is the coolest place. First of all, coolest thing I've ever seen. Like, New Orleans airport bathrooms, top notch. Because in the stall, on the toilet, they have a thing that has like the toilet seat cover that you push a button and it retracts it all the way around. Oh. So you've got a clean one every time you walk in there. Girl, I thought that was the coolest damn thing ever. I come walking out of that bathroom and I'm like, TJ. And he's like, you ain't never seen one of those before? I'm like, no! That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Anyway.
Not everyone's as well traveled as TJ is.
Right. Anyway, so we get out. We Uber over to our hotel, which was very cool. It was like this little, I don't want to say, I'm going to say funky, but I don't mean funky as in dirty. I mean like a funky vibe.
Yeah.
It was very like, they had chalkboard walls in the lobby, like games. They had a little bar where you check in. It had like pool tables, foosball.
Yeah.
It was just like black, pink, funky patterns, stuff like that. It was really cool. But like, I'm so used, because I'm bougie, I'm so used to hotels where it's like, you you have a window to outside,
Yeah.
and it's not like an indoor hallway to get to your room, you know?
Yeah.
It was giving, not in a scary way, but it was giving like American Horror Story hotel vibes.
Yeah.
And I was like, And then we get in the room. It's just this tiny little room. It's got like a bed, a small little table, like for a desk, in front of a window that was literally looked out into. There was like a square of building.
Mm.
It was nothing. Like it was dark. You couldn't see
Yeah.
anything. Like I don't even know. But apparently the area that we were in used to be like where all the whorehouses were.
Okay.
So anyway, cool little place. It was clean. It was nice. It served the purpose, you know?
Right.
The bed was pretty comfortable. So we get to the room, we put down all our stuff, we charge our phones for a minute, then we take off and walk so from the point that we got out of the car at our hotel, at that point, we did not get back into a car until we Ubered back to the airport.
Yeah.
So we start walking over to Bourbon Street. We got on Bourbon Street probably about 4. Within 5 minutes, we both have a daiquiri in our hands. We drink that. It hit.
Right.
It hit with a quickness. Because remember, neither one of us have really eat.
Right.
So we both look at each other and we're like, we're out of our drink, but we need something to eat before we drink again.
Yeah.
So we stop at this little place on Bourbon Street. It's called the Coronet. Hint, hint. That's where sticker number 1 went. So we sit down, we eat. He gets gator tail. It was the best gator tail I've ever had in my whole life. I get chicken and sausage. What did I tell you I got? Chicken and sausage.
Was it jambalaya?
Yes. I don't know. That word was not coming to me. That shit was, so good. That was so good. But I immediately said to him after I'd eaten about a third of it, I was like, my belly's going to hurt here in a little bit.
Yeah.
And if y'all know anything about me, I don't like to poop in public places. I will hold it all day long until I can get home.
I mean, I can't say that I'm much better, but if it gets to the point where I'm just like, I'm hurting, I'm going.
Oh no, I will sweat it out. I will stand still in one spot, obviously trying not to shit my pants and not go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
If I can, like, if it's not like about to touch cotton, we're not going. So then,
It's a professional podcast.
right. So then we eat, I go pee, leave stickers in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Don't come at me if you work at the Coronet and you want to come at somebody for leaving stickers, because mine was not the only one there. I covered up graffiti. Thank you. Anyway, we got to leave. He got a hurricane while we were there. I don't like hurricanes. It was disgusting.
I don't know that I'd ever.
I don't like them.
I don't know that I've had one that I liked.
I didn't get an adult beverage there. I just got a normal drink. And then we left there. We went down. I got a drink somewhere else. I think I had a total of no, let me take that back. We left there, hit some stores. While we were in the store, I looked at him and I said, we got to find a bar. We got to find somewhere. And if you've never been to New Orleans, just know that there's signs everywhere that if you want to use the bathroom somewhere, you have to buy something.
Yeah.
Which kept TJ drinking all night. Let me just
Right.
preface that there. I look at him, I said, we got to find a bar. We got to go. He was like, why? I was like, I have to shit so bad. And he was like, you're going to shit in the bathroom at a bar? And I was like, yeah, I don't have a choice.
Right.
I told you. So we go in this bar, go straight up to the bar. I order my drink. I said, do you have a bathroom? She said, yeah, it's back there. I said, okay. I go back there. Somebody's in there. And I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God. Thank God a lot of these places have like where it's like one.
Just a one.
Yeah, it's a one-seater.
Yeah.
And so finally this girl comes out. I'm like blowing it up. I'm talking. It was so bad, but I didn't even care. I'm texting Brittany. I'm texting my sister. I think I texted my mama. I'm like, I'm shitting in a bathroom at the bar in New Orleans. And they're like, look at you. Brittany was very proud of me.
I was like, I'm so proud of you.
So anyway, I get a drink there. It was delightful. I don't even remember what it was. We go somewhere else. I effectively shit
all over New Orleans.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna throw a percentage out there and say I've probably shit in about 65% of the bathrooms on Bourbon Street. Yeah. I only had maybe 3 drinks all night long, 2 or 3. I helped him drink his hand grenade. I got a decent buzz going.
The hand grenades, is that the big tall ones?
Yeah, the big tall green thing. It was delightful. It was so good.
Yeah.
But I did see the Lowry Mansion. It had a definite feel to it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't super spooky ooky all over the place there. Like I was ready for it to feel. The worst place, the place that I felt the most at was at Armstrong Park, specifically Congo Square.
Yeah.
And you could just tell that it's like sacred. That's sacred ground, you know?
Yeah.
But like I told you, if you guys will remember when I think it was the last Voodoo episode we did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm positive it was the last Voodoo episode we did. If you don't remember it, go back and listen. I talked about a guy that is a voodoo priest in New Orleans that does tours.
Yeah.
Guy by the name of Robbie Gilmore.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him doing a tour there.
Yeah.
And I saw him and I'm like, I know that face. And then it dawned on me, so I looked it up and I was like, that's him. And I almost went up and spoke to him. If he hadn't have been in the middle of the tour, I would have.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool to see him.
I think Ziggy just tooted. It stinks over here.
It wasn't me this time. I was about to take a picture of him because he looked so comfy. But it was a quick little trip. We left on Saturday, came home. We did walk outside of St. Louis Cemetery number 1. Left a sticker outside on the sign by there. There's a sticker at a little bar over by Market Square area place or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And then there's a sticker on a random pole somewhere off of Bourbon Street. So find them, take a picture, send it to us, let us know you see them. But yeah, it was a good time. I was very excited to go. I'm glad we went. I can't wait to go back. I did get my beignets at the original Cafe Du Monde, ate them over in Jackson Square, where literally everyone eats them at, because there was a line of, I'm assuming, there was a line of white powdery substance in front of this bench that it was obviously, like, blatantly clear that this is the beignet bench.
Right.
Did you see that? Did you see that picture?
Did you post it on Facebook?
Probably so. They were so good. She's scrolling through.
I'm scrolling. You don't post that much. So.
I really don't.
There's the beignet. Oh, yeah, you can definitely see.
Yeah. It's like this perfect little line right in front of this bench. That's the beignet bench. There was not as many street performers as I thought there would be. There was not as many street performers as I thought there would be. There was some. There was one group that was out there playing instruments and stuff. It was so cool.
Yeah.
And that music just makes you want to dance. Like, you can't help it. And, like, there were street performers out there at, like, 8:30 in the morning at Cafe Du Monde playing out in front.
Yeah.
Like, it just, you can't help but dance.
Right. Well, I mean, it's like, I think this is also what helped me get in the spooky mood, is this playlist that, I saw. It was recommended on a TikTok live I was watching. And it was like it's called Graveyard Rock on Spotify.
Have you seen?
And it has like some of the songs on there are like old school, like jazz type. And it was like really helping me get into the spirit.
Man, I'm telling you, even if you're not a jazz like fan, jazz just hits the spot almost every time.
Yeah.
I love it. My perfect day. Sorry, that one came out of nowhere. Anyway, like, if heaven is a thing, my heaven is sitting on, for, at least a day, sitting on a second story balcony somewhere in New Orleans. It doesn't have, I don't want it to be on Bourbon Street because I don't want it to be that busy. It was so crazy out there. But like a second street balcony with a good drink, some beignets, some good food. I've got a cover over me, but like some rain.
Yeah.
Some light rain, maybe a little thunder to set the mood, and some jazz music playing. Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, I'm so sure you can, like, find, like a sleep video on YouTube of that. Because, like, that's what I like. Like, especially, like, this playlist, I would just put it on low and use it as, like, ambient music while I'm, like, doing stuff. And it was so... It's just such good vibes. I love doing that.
It's fantastic. Have you seen... It's called Nightmare. Is it Nightmare Rock? Nightmare something. I've seen it on TikTok. It's like... Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Because it's kind of cool.
Smelly cat. Smelly cat.
I can't find it now. But it was like... That's not it. That is definitely not it. Anyway, I'll find it and I'll post it. But it's like this genre of music that is... It's pretty awesome. But TJ's about to hate me when he's not traveling and he's at home.
Christmas music.
Oh yeah, because I get that New York Christmas playlist going.
The flower shop next door has been playing Christmas music already. She was like, "Are you in the spirit?" No,
it's not how
I'm in the spooky spirit.
Right. I'm telling you though, there's nothing better than a New York Christmas playlist.
I was gonna say, that does sound kind of nice.
It is nice. I'm here for some Frank Sinatra.
Yeah,
some stuff like that. When it comes Christmas time.
Yeah.
TJ not so much, but TJ will survive. I'll just put it on my headphones and go with it.
I'm sleepy.
I gotta have something to get me through the work day because work has become not a fun time anymore.
Boo.
Yeah.
Normalize booing and throwing tomatoes at people again.
Right.
Can we do that?
I wished.
I've been doing that on Facebook comments, though. I'll put a bunch of tomato emojis, and then I'll go, boo, and then put more tomato emojis.
What was it you said? Oh, talking on...
that post. So,
her comments on these community pages that we have are unhinged.
Like, it comes and goes. Like, whenever I'm in a feeling a little feisty. Somebody posted, hogs are out, Old Clarksville, near whatever cemetery. I said, you really shouldn't talk about people's husbands like that. Some guy said, hey, now everyone needs to eat.
And then I come in, these people don't know that we're best friends. And I'm like, I can't stand you.
Somebody said Bolo Crispy Bacon is the leader. That lady literally posted that and never came back to that post. She ain't never been back.
Well, somebody posted last night on one of the pages that there was a house where a lady had her lights on, kids go up to trick or treat, and she yelled at them. I'm not kidding.
What? That's funny because like see if I can last night
it was my ex-sister-in-law that posted it.
Oh, but like we were coming home last night and we were like, I love that that's just the universal sign for we ain't got shit. I was like, this neighborhood ain't never been so dark.
Right. All right, so it says, PSA, do not send your kids to the last house, blah, blah, blah. The lights are on, but the woman that lives there will say some not so nice things to your kids. I always grew up that if the outside porch lights were on, they were participating. Edited to add, I didn't post this for anyone to go retaliate. I just don't want any little kids to have their night ruined. So then the comment, one of them, I was like, listen, hold on.
See, I would have been like, oh, my bad. I didn't realize that. Let me find something for you, even if it's like an apple or whatever, and then turn my light off.
Well, somebody said, Lord, what did she say? And the poster said, she said, get off my porch, you little shit. She said, my 13-year-old and friend are trick-or-treating, so it rolled off their backs. I'm just warning parents with younger kids. And then somebody said, PSA, I live in that duplex. I'm nice to kids. Don't egg my cars. And then everybody's like, I'm going to go knock on her door just to knock on her door. And then this one person got me.
Yeah.
Get off your phone and spend time with your kids. 2 hours tops and 2 hours tops and here people are posting on who isn't passing out candy. She probably has her light on for protection. Things and times have changed. The original poster. I spend a lot of time with my kids. I just don't think smaller kids should have their nights ruined because of something like that. Mine are older and it rolled off their backs. By posting it, I was hoping to spare any other parents and kids from having to deal with it. We were all also almost finished for the night when I posted about it.
I just wonder if it wasn't because they were teenagers.
Maybe. Somebody else. So the comments from that, the replies, everyone knows that if someone has their porch light on, that they are handing out candy. It's always been like that. I'm sure she could have had her light off for one night for this. Yeah. And then the person that commented and told her to spend time with her kids said, yes, I'm aware. I wouldn't stress over it though, but that's just me. Posting this probably got her house egged or rolled. I think saying less is more, but most do not. People are crazy and could have potentially caused harm to the elderly lady who may not be mentally stable. God forbid if
who said it was elderly?
God forbid if a kid's feelings got hurt over not getting candy. Everyone doesn't like Halloween. Okay, moving on. Jeez. And then somebody said, you really felt the need to reply again after 2 hours? Girl, I'm not arguing with you. I ignored your last comment. She said, I didn't know it was an argument. And yes, you come back 17 hours later. Shut up talking about it if you're really ignoring someone. Dumb. Anyway, like y'all's kids are going to be damaged goods over one grumpy old lady. Oh, wait. Yeah, they probably will be. With this generation, everything is offensive to someone or to everyone anymore. And then she said, it's a meme. It says, how to start an argument online. 1, express your opinion. 2, wait.
That's an old lady, isn't it?
Huh?
That's an older person, isn't it? Or like the generation above ours.
The person talking smack?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, she's probably a Gen Xer. That explains a lot. No offense if you're a Gen Xer.
But I don't know. I didn't experience any bad stuff last night. My kids had a blast.
Yeah.
They got more than candy. They got like, there was a couple houses where we went that was like handing out like trading cards, like Pokemon cards, baseball cards, stuff like that. And they
we did hear that y'all got Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
We heard a lot of things this evening.
I'm sure you did. They took my youngest to trunk or treat tonight.
Yeah. Easton was like, I thought we were going to go around the parking lot and get candy. And then we were like, well, we kind of did, but like a lot of them had already like given out all their candy by the time we got there. But there was plenty of candy inside. Like,
I wasn't butthurt about a lack of candy coming to my house. Right. It's not like we don't have a ton.
Like, I mean, they were
I'm
fine.
sitting here crunching.
And he wasn't going to eat all of it anyway. He had a Hershey bar while we were there. I was
told
surprised.
You that's all he likes.
But he also had 2 sodas, so I'm sure TJ was having a good time.
Whatever.
Because, like, Danny goes...
He doesn't eat candy.
Yeah.
He likes chocolate. He likes Hershey chocolate. Mm-hmm. He'll eat Hershey bars, just plain ones, and he'll eat Hershey's Kisses.
Yeah.
It's about all you're going to get out of him.
Yeah.
He likes the chocolate. However, I was laughing because as much as he and Gemma fight, she tries to little mother him.
Oh, like, yeah.
She takes care of him.
Yeah.
But then he's racking up all this candy for her.
Right.
He knows he's not going to eat it, but he's going to get it for her.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's those two. The love that they have for each other, I love.
Yeah, it was really cute. You could tell they were both nervous, and because like we were walking, there was a table with some bowls on it, and there was a couple guys standing in front of it, but neither of them wanted to like initiate a hey, I want some of that candy, or hey, can I get some of that candy? And I was like, I don't know how to be a parent. Let's just go. So we went on inside the building. I was like, as Danny goes, just go up there. And I was like, I'm not going to make them if they don't want to.
Right.
It was like, let's just go in. There's candy in there. I know there's candy in there. There's always candy in there.
Then she sends me a picture of Gemma like rummaging through one of the bowls just to pick out the Kit Kats.
I was dying laughing. Because like me and Daniel are standing in line holding their spot so they could get balloon animals. And like she goes, they both kept like standing and watching. I said, it's so fascinating to watch this. Because he was like, what? I was like, what they're both doing. I was like, because I swear, how are these children so much like me? He goes, what do you mean? I said, they're over there scoping out, seeing what the other kids are getting. This way they know what they're going to say when they get up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this way they don't get up there and say, oh, I want XYZ. And then they're embarrassed when he says, oh, I can't do that.
Right.
And then they have to think of something else. I was like, so they're like seeing what the other kids are getting to see what he can make. And he was like, and so they're both just enthralled with it. And they're both just standing there watching. And I was like, that seems exactly like something I would do. I would leave you standing in line so I could see what's going on. So I know the decision I'm going to make. And I was like, it's just so crazy to watch that. But then, like, I turn and she's over there digging through the bowl looking for the Reese's Pumpkins and the Kit Kats. And I'm over there because there was like 3 or 4 bowls on that one table. And mind you, she's already picked through the tire they hang up on their lift. They've got like this huge tire that they hang up on the lift every year and fill the bottom of it with candy. And then Dalton fills it as the night goes. But like, and Danny goes, should you say something? Like, should you stop her from doing that? I was like, why would I stop her from doing that? I was like, that's literally what it's there for.
Right.
I was like, I'm not going to tell her no. I was like, I'm her aunt. I'm supposed to encourage this behavior.
Right.
So then I go over there and I start putting Mr. Good bars in my pocket.
Did she give me any Twix? I'm on a Twix kick here lately. I love Twix.
I don't know that she did. I don't know.
See, okay, so I had this thought, and I'm going to say this, and I want you to understand that I'm not meaning this to throw any shade your direction, and you know this, because we've had this conversation before. But here's the progression of the thought process I had.
Yeah.
So these TikToks keep coming up on my For You.
Right.
Where it's like, you know, nobody tells you about the relationship you have with your best friend's kids.
Yeah.
Nobody talks to you about, you know, being an aunt to your best friend's kids.
Right.
And how awesome that relationship is.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm never going to know what that's like. I'm never going to know what that's like. I've got niece cats. And I'm like, I'm a little sad about it, but I'm not really. And then it dawns on me and I'm like, that's the relationship that Brittany has with my kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she's getting to experience this. And she's been there since day one for all of them. And I'm like, so she gets to experience this now. And I'm excited for you that you get to experience this. Now, that's not to say...
And also now that they're, like, old enough to, like, take and do things with.
But, like, that's not to say that my other friends that do have kids, I've got one friend that I swear to you, her kids think they live at my house half the time.
Yeah.
I'm honestly shocked that I haven't heard from them today asking if they can come over this weekend.
Yeah.
Because they haven't been to my house in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I do have a good relationship with some of them.
Yeah.
And I value my relationship with them. And especially these 2 kids, I'm telling you right now, like, I love those kids.
Mm-hmm.
I love all of my friends' kids.
Yeah.
But these kids, for some reason, have just weaved their little fingers in my little heart. I don't know. It's just, they're so stinking cute. And they're so nice. They're so sweet.
Yeah.
And they do what they're told the first time they're told to do it. I like never have to get on to them. They don't get rambunctious. They don't get wild. They just have a great time.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't know. They're just, they're
Good
fun.
kids,
They're
yeah.
good kids. And they're so, like, sweet, like, very sweet hearted.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, all of my friends that have kids, I have a special relationship with all of their kids. And I enjoy it when their kids want to come over and hang out.
Right.
You know, I got another one. She's got a little boy that's a year younger than Easton, and then a little boy that's like the same age as Gemma.
Mm-hmm.
And like I enjoy it when those kids come over.
Yeah.
Now, the youngest gets a little rambunctious when him and Easton get going.
Yeah.
Him and Easton get rambunctious for sure. But I mean, we have a good time.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. But like the last time he came over, they were so good. I actually came over here and was recording the night that he spent the night, but the next morning, he was so good. Now, you and I had gone to Walmart, and I bought, like, one of those small variety cheesecakes.
Yeah.
That little shit thought he was about to eat all of the strawberry cheesecakes out of that, and I thought I was going to have to fight a kid. But that's what we had for breakfast. And he chilled with me for a little bit. We just had a great time.
Yeah.
He was so good the whole time. But like, it was a great time. I mean, I love all the kids. We have a great time.
And then you come over here and I just got cats.
Hey, you know what? I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. I say that I get sad about it a little bit. However, like,
when you come over here, it's quiet.
Yes. But also, I'm just trying to imagine what your children would be like.
They'd be weird. They would be little weirdos. And I would encourage it.
Well, no, I'm just like,
and
okay, so like, if they were the product of you and your ex-husband,
ooh,
they'd be like the meanest little hateful shits.
I'm so glad I dodged a bullet. I'm so glad I dodged that.
Can you imagine if you and Daniel had children?
Oh my god.
They'd be the weirdest little
They would be.
birds. I almost said the F word.
They would be weird little shits.
The
Truly.
weirdest little shits.
And honestly, they'd probably be even weirder because I'd probably homeschool them. If I had to.
I wish I could homeschool my kids sometimes.
But like, I don't know. That also seems like a lot of togetherness, and we know how I feel about a lot of togetherness.
No. It's different when it's your kids, though.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I don't know. Still, I would like. I've watched like videos of moms talking about like hard days, and I'm like, I would need to be in a psych ward after that.
Some days,
like
some days you see a psych ward as a potential vacation opportunity,
right? And I know that, like, you know, the good moments of it like outweigh the bad, but I think for me, the biggest deciding factor, like as far as like having my own children, is just I've got zero desire. Like, I love it for people who want kids, have kids. You know, didn't know that they wanted a kid until they had a kid, but just there's like nothing in me that feels like that's a good idea for me.
And you know what? I love that for you.
Like, and like, cause it like, I don't know what that feels like to like that desire to have a child. I could not tell you what that feels like.
I can tell you what the desire to be able to go to the bathroom without somebody knocking on the door is like.
It is quite lovely. I always got a cat though. They always come in there. I have to go with the door open because Amara will sit at the door and scream. But
hey, how is a bad joke like a broken pencil?
How?
They have no point. I just ate a piece of Laffy Taffy. So I had to tell the joke.
I think it's on that note. Episode over.
Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed
This chit chatty
catch-up episode.
hour-long episode.
Hey, I like these episodes.
I
though.
do.
They're
I
fun.
do have enjoyed this.
Honestly, if we can, because we binge record like a couple episodes every time we get together.
Yeah.
If we could come up with enough shit to fill 4 episodes worth, I could do a whole podcast like this.
Yeah. But we just see that's the problem though, is we never this episode is that's it. Like there's no extra after this.
I'm sure we could come up with.
Oh, I'm
something
sure
to
we
talk
could, but
then our podcast would we would have been done like 6 months ago.
right. We never would have made it to 100 episodes.
No. But, well, make sure you're following us on all the socials, such as Facebook,
Instagram,
TikTok.
YouTube.
Oh, I forgot about YouTube. Did we get rid of X?
Not yet, but it just lives there.
Okay. Well, email us your topic ideas, your stories, whatever you want, just not dirty pictures.
Yeah.
Email those at wandersofweird
@gmail.com.
Uh-huh.
This is the boniest cat I've ever seen in my life.
All right, okay, bye.
Bye.